Hi, I'm Tracy Price, your Lord Mayor candidate. As your Lord Mayor, I will focus on ways to reduce the cost of living, provide more affordable housing and improve our public transport system. I will be standing up for the suburbs. We can make a difference. Send the LNP council a message and let's get it right for Brisbane.
Tracy Price is right for Brisbane.
Vote 1 Tracy Price for Lord Mayor. Authorised by Kate Flanders, Level 1, 16 Peel Street, South Brisbane.
I think he said Whiteman Park is a hoot. Come to EnviroFest 2024. Learn about Whiteman Park's birds and discover ways to improve your sustainability with hands-on workshops and demonstrations. Plus, there'll be market stalls, food trucks and heaps of kids' activities. EnviroFest 2024 at Whiteman Park on March 23 from 10 till 3. You'd be wise to go to whitemanpark.com.au.
Hands up!
This
is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie for your Friday podcast. Talking wedding speeches today. Jeez, nerve-wracking, isn't it? Like, I mean, this is your opportunity. You've written it down. It's taken you months to write this. Don't blow it.
No.
Oh, my gosh. There's my mother-in-law giving me the eye.
Mm-hmm. What? And there's the awkwardness of thinking, I need something funny to open with.
I just think don't go funny. I think just go straight from the heart.
Oh, yeah, well really said, funny. Kate. You do need a humorous joke in there.
Yeah.
I don't think you do, because I think there's room for all of the lols at other moments.
Fitz, you went with the Mandarin joke, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You did not.
I did, and Auntie Amanda did not enjoy that at all.
Fitzy, please tell me you're joking.
James, he did. He enjoyed it. He thought Auntie
it is.
was great.
Auntie Amanda.
For an occasion, you know what I mean?
That's a
like
classic.
that is a classic.
There's a laugh in that.
There's so many laughs like we're getting from Kate right now, but wedding speeches. If you're a guest though, and let's be honest, weddings can be boring. Entertainment it is when a wedding speech goes wrong. There's nothing better.
The best.
To sit back, look at a few mates, snigger and laugh as you see someone crashing down in front of you.
Yeah, and then they laugh again when you take your pants off on your wedding night. I hated that.
What?
Nothing. Enjoy the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Nev in Mount Cola, hello. What do you want to chat about, Nev?
Mate, I just want to say, it's not too late to pull out of this race, mate.
What are you talking about?
You can just say you have a bad hammy or something.
Nev,
well said, Nev.
You know, Nev, as I've always said, what makes something special is not what you've got to gain, but if you feel there's something to lose. Andre Agassi.
Was that Kobe Bryant?
No, that was Andre Agassi. Right. So, Nev, the kids went down to sprint training yesterday, and I took the coach aside at the end, Mike, and I said, I got this race tomorrow. And he winked at me and said, mate, there's no chance of failure here. Go, you good thing. And that was one of his quotes.
Well, it's great to at least talk to a successful Mike.
Yes, or into a microphone. So, Nev, I appreciate the support, and hopefully on Monday we can all celebrate.
Well, we'll be celebrating anyway, because that young girl did a fantastic time, so I think we should all be in awe of her.
Yeah, we are, but we're focusing on me a bit more now.
Yeah, and that's why you would focus on someone who breaks the world record, not a 44-year-old has-been who's trying to break it, you know what I mean?
I'll take has-been, thank you.
Brock Cronulla, what did you want to talk about, Brocky?
Good morning, boys. I just want to talk about Sharkies being back at Cronulla home tonight.
Oh, well, Brock.
Can't wait to have a couple of beers and throw a couple of sledges at the lads.
Oh, yeah,
what a great win against the Warriors last week. I think it might be the Sharkies' year this year, Brock.
Yeah, I reckon so. I'm going to buy grand final tickets next week.
Oh, do you? Look, I love your coach because he's Fitzy as well. But, geez, I reckon you... I tell you what, Brock, if Cronulla win the premiership, I mean, what does that mean to the people of Cronulla? Will there be ticker tape parades? Will Northies stay open for 2 weeks straight? What's going on, Brock?
Yeah, hopefully the clubhouse will be open by then, but then everyone back to Northies.
Massive, Brock, massive.
What's Northies going like at the moment, Brock? Is it still pumping or struggling?
It's struggling a bit. younger generation coming through, didn't party like we used to.
Yeah, Brock, can I also ask, since Matt de Groot's left, he was really the unofficial mayor of the Shire. Is everybody,
really.
is the mood all right down there without him?
Who's that?
Well played, Brock.
They're missing him down there.
Got him.
Obviously, very emotional,
Got
Brock.
him.
Carol in Canterbury, what did you want to talk, Carol?
Hi guys, pretty exciting. The lineup for the Glastonbury's come out. Pretty big names there: Coldplay, Dua Lipa, Shania Twain's even playing. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah,
and
let's
have you
go,
ever
girls.
been?
No, I've never been. Fitz, I don't think you have either. Carol, have you?
No, got free tickets. I'll go.
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
actually, Tommy, can we give away tickets to Glastonbury? No, well, do you know what? It's really, you're
Thanks,
going...
Tommy. It's your last day today, so give me the tickets.
It is my last day. I might just chuck in a couple. Absolutely not, Carol. Sorry.
Oh, come
Carol,
on.
why don't you start with Splendour in the Grass? You've got a great lineup there.
No, I'll
Kylie.
go straight to the top.
Kylie, go to Kylie, Carol. That's unbelievable. That will be amazing for Splendour. But
Carol, why do I feel like you'd be the type to sort of end up in gumboots and mud and maybe doing a mud slide at Glastonbury, Carol? Yeah.
Of course. That's what it's all about. You got to party. Come on.
That's me
well
all
said,
over.
Carol. Well said. All right, who am I going to give this to? This is you're all in the running for first class and 50k. Nev, Brock. I liked Brock's optimism.
Yeah.
Brock's optimism with the Cronulla Sharks this year.
Okay.
So, Brocky, I'm going to send you to the Sea Life Sydney Aquarium and Wildlife Sydney Zoo. Brock, congratulations.
Thanks, boys.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want to talk about this story of a French bank robber. You got any French music in the system there? Yes. Albert Spaghiari is his name, and the Sewer Rat Gang. I didn't know about this story, but it was around the time that I was born in 1976. A huge heist in France, Nice, France, at a bank called Société Générale Bank in Nice.
Yeah, only place to do your banking when you're hanging around in France.
Great interest rates. They look after you
they're
there.
really personable. They're fantastic people.
He and the Sewer Rat Gang went in their whip and they yielded $30 million in cash and valuables. It's been often referred to as the robbery of the century and the crime of the century.
Congratulations on your title.
They gained access to the bank's vault by digging a tunnel from the adjacent sewer system. Oh, this is very
the rats.
Shawshank.
Yeah.
Into the base's bankment. The tunnel was over 25 metres long and 2 metres deep. They dug it out over several months, and the robbers used sophisticated tools such as drills and electric saws to make their way into the vault. Spaghiari and the Sewer Rat Gang managed to escape the police's grasp initially, but their freedom was short-lived. Within days of the robbery, the police managed to track down and arrest several of the robbers. This is an unbelievable story because then Spaghiari...
Yeah.
He got caught, and during the hearing with a judge, he presented a judge. So we're talking 1977, a year later.
Yeah.
He presented a judge a coded document as evidence of his innocence. As the judge was focusing on deciphering the note, Spaghiari took a run-up and he jumped out the window. He landed on a parked car and then onto a waiting motorcycle. Wow. Spaghiari then gave a vulgar gesture to a police officer outside the courthouse and ran away, met a couple of mates who still had the money, and he's never been seen since.
Spaghiari. Wow.
The old bolognese Spaghiari.
He had a pasta named after him, and everybody celebrated. That is one of the great sewer rat stories.
What about that? Just the effort to go, well, I'm going to have a coded message for the judge ready to go, and then I'm just going to jump out of the window.
So the coded message was just distraction, was it?
Yeah, it was a distraction.
Jeez.
And so then to even land on the parked car and have a mate waiting for him on a motorcycle, then flick the bird, then go back to where you buried the money. Spaghiari, he was apparently seen in South America. There were sightings of him, but he was never caught again.
Well, isn't it strange that in 77 Elvis Presley died? and the same thing went on. I mean, he didn't jump out the window, but constant sightings.
Did he
to suggest
rob banks?
No. I'm saying the idea that there were sightings throughout history of maybe that's him. Could that be?
You've always dreamed of dying like that, haven't you?
Not on the toilet eating a sandwich. Just in a wrestle, in a really heavy wrestle.
It's not a bad way to go out.
That's not funny, Em. That is not funny.
Did we find out what type of sandwich it was?
It was one of those ones, those big beefy ones, wasn't it?
I thought it was peanut butter and jam.
Was it peanut butter and jam?
So which is called peanut butter and jelly, isn't it, Tom?
So, guys, in commercial radio, coming up after 8, Whip, you're going to cark it.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I'll meet you guys in Cubicle 3. Mic me up, Tommy, and hit record on that.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
There is a brilliant new show on Stan, original series Population 11. It's streaming now, only on Stan, and I tell you what, when you get an actor of this calibre to come to Australia, Ben Feldman, come to Australia. Yeah, you'll hang out in Sydney Harbour. You'll have an amazing time with your family. But then you get sent to the middle of Australia in the outback, and he joins us now. Benny Feldman, welcome!
Ben, hello, buddy!
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, no, it's nice being in Sydney where there's buildings and people and restaurants.
And running water.
Stop signs.
And people that hopefully you can understand when they talk.
Yeah, but here, I understood everybody out in Northwest. It was quite a culture shock.
And where were you?
I was
talk
in
us through that.
Derby. So the getting there was interesting because I flew from LA to here when I arrived. Yeah. So I'm in this fancy hotel on the rocks here in Sydney, and then went out to this fancy dinner on like a boat, and then flew to Broome, which is also nice. But for me, Broome is the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, long way away.
And then you get in a car and you drive on some dirt roads for a couple hours, and you're
Are we there
Derby.
yet?
Yeah.
Are we there yet?
Yeah.
No.
And then it was just like, I mean, it's why you get into acting. You get to go to crazy places you can't imagine ever going to. But that's
what I love about this show. To think that this, it's based on a true story, right? And there's a mystery in a town of only 12 people.
Yeah.
And to think that could actually happen, that someone could go missing and nobody knows anything.
Yeah. Or everybody knows
to
something.
To a point.
Yeah. And then think that's what's fascinating about it. I think that's why people were really interested in the story that was sort of like a jumping off point for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not telling that story. We've made up a bunch of characters. There was never an American. We just kind of took it and ran with it and came up with a bunch of crazy, ridiculous people.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's when you go to those small towns, even as an Aussie, because we were up in Darwin, and Darwin is a big culture shift from Sydney.
Yeah.
To walk into those local bars where there's always a crocodile on the wall, isn't there?
Yeah. Or out the back, swimming in the pond.
Yes.
I came here thinking this was everybody just lives with crocodiles. Just Australians are you just have crocodiles in your backyard. And so when I got there, the cast and the crew were like they constantly just like, mate, just so you know, this is not.
Yeah.
They were like, we're tourists too. They're standing behind me taking pictures of the crocodiles too.
Yeah.
So.
Did you learn any new skills, new outback Aussie skills out there?
Don't swim in water, natural water.
I know.
Surely there was a trick at the bar or
but the whole the water thing was such a crazy thing because the vibe out there, and I think this is sort of universal in Australia, is essentially like don't worry, you're probably not going to die. Everything is just you're probably not going to die. And they would be like, we go swimming in that pond over there, and I'm like, but aren't there crocodiles? And they're like, yeah, but they're freshies.
Yeah,
they're not salties. And
they're more scared of you.
Just go where there's no crocodiles and swim there.
I know what you mean. We get a bit relaxed about it, don't we?
Yeah.
The chances are you won't die. No. Great news today, Ben.
That's the Australian motto is most likely you'll live.
Mate, can we talk about Adam Sandler? Because I know you've done some work with him, and it says here that he was your first boss.
He was my first real life boss, yeah.
How did that work? What was that?
I did a show called The Mayor.
Yeah.
And it was about an 18-year-old kid who was the mayor of his own town, and it was on a network that doesn't exist anymore. Mm-hmm. And Adam, the company was called Happy Madison. It's Adam's company. Yep. And so, I LA and went to the office, and there was like a bulldog chewing on a skateboard, and everybody's playing video games, and it was just like it was like visiting a frat house, but it was Happy Madison offices, and it was cool. The show was like that. My parents were these big Broadway legends. My girlfriend on the show was Lizzie Kaplan, and my sister, who just had like a couple lines here and there, was Anna Kendrick. It was like this huge, yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy show.
Well, we've heard a whisper as well that you can throw a good party yourself, Benny. Can you tell us about your Valentine's Day party?
Wow, you guys do your research.
Yeah, what was going on there?
We used to. I can't tell you most of the things that was going on there. We used to have a party. There's 2 iterations of it. There was one when we were in our 20s, and it was just like hundreds of people and like dirty stuff happening in the laundry room, and we would hire like. There'd be like a magician and a fortune teller, and then like all these weird like balloons with like Kama Sutra positions on them.
It'd be like the Spiegel tent.
Yeah, someone doing genital origami.
Yeah. Well, there was, by the way, would not be out of place.
You can't do that in 2024.
So when we grew up and we had kids and we're adults now, we had a version of it a couple of years ago, right before COVID, and we still had like bondage performers, like these women that like tied ropes around each other and then ate fire.
That's good.
Amazing.
Yeah, my wife, because nobody has a Valentine's party.
No one
Everybody, at that time of the year, you've already done all the parties and there's nothing going on.
What was the show that was getting around? I think Kelly Osbourne was involved, and you would go along. I remember we were at the Roosevelt one time, Fitz, and the show was happening there.
David Arquette's place.
David Arquette's place.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
What was that called? I know. Yeah, it was big, and then there's one I think in Vegas as well. Yeah,
and you would walk in, and it was kind of like sign off here that you won't take any photos. You're not allowed to tell anybody what goes on.
Yeah, there was a place
inside.
like the Box in New York City, and I think there's one in Vegas. The Box is like this cabaret type thing, but they're doing extremely disgusting, offensive, like crazy stuff that I also probably can't talk about in the morning.
So you've got the Box coming to your next Valentine's Day party.
By the way, I went to the Box with my in-laws. My wife at the time invited them, and there's like people walking around with like mirror trays in this club. I mean, it was crazy.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
And your in-laws.
See, it makes it a lot easier now.
Okay, before we all get cancelled, I need to ask you quickly about somebody else you did work with years ago. Is Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
And of course, we saw you as the heartthrob opposite her. Lizzie here standing in the studio was a very big fan, not only of you but of Hilary. But are you still in touch with Hilary? Like for the people who grew up staring into your eyes as Hilary did.
What's funny is people are finding, because we live in a world now where you can discover something that existed 4,000 years ago, like that movie, and someone like your age will come up to me and be like, I love, like they probably just saw it, and to see the look in their face when I'm like, yeah, Hillary and our kids go to the same school, like we're on like PTA boards and stuff, like we have like, I see her at drop off or pick up, like when the kids are getting on the bus.
How funny is that?
Yeah.
To think all these years later.
Yeah. It's crazy to go back and tell me
Benny,
that.
congratulations on your career, mate, and it's great that you've got to experience, most of Australia already. You're here in Sydney, but also up northwest as well, and the Stanley original series, Population 11, it's streaming right now only on Stan. We appreciate you. We know how busy your time is, so thank you very much for coming into the studio this morning, Ben.
Thank you guys for having me. I'll come back anytime. I love it here.
Yeah, so you got your party.
Yeah, you guys can come to the Valentine's party.
I love that. Did you hear that, Lizzie?
We'll throw one here.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hi, I'm Tracy Price, your Lord Mayor candidate. As your Lord Mayor, I will focus on ways to reduce the cost of living, provide more affordable housing, and improve our public transport system. I will be standing up for the suburbs. We can make a difference. Send the LNP council a message and let's get it right for Brisbane.
Tracy Price is right for Brisbane.
Vote 1 Tracy Price for Lord Mayor. Authorised by Kate Flanders, Level 1, 16 Peel Street, South Brisbane.
I think he said Whiteman Park is a hoot. Come to EnviroFest 2024. Learn about Whiteman Park's birds and discover ways to improve your sustainability with hands-on workshops and demonstrations. Plus, there'll be market stalls, food trucks and heaps of kids' activities. EnviroFest 2024 at Whiteman Park on March 23 from 10 till 3. You'd be wise to go to whitemanpark.com.au.
Oh my God. Already confirmed for the dinner party, Sarah. locked and loaded, pumped to be there at our dinner party.
But you need to register on the Nova Player app or online at novafm.com.au because we could be calling you back. Do you want to bring a friend? We'd love to have you at the dinner party. Our dinner party's actually better as well. It's at the grounds of Alexandria, Kate. It's magnificent setup.
Oh. I remember it from last year. I think it was my...
Your first
I was
week,
thinking of the
wasn't
food, sorry. Yes, first Nova event with you guys this time last year. It was set up beautifully. I mean, like a wedding almost.
It was like a wedding. You know what? You have the chicken and the beef, and then the contestants eat themselves alive.
I had a really good night, but unfortunately they didn't edit me up too well for the final cut, so it looked like I was crying the whole time.
Oh, you shouldn't be.
Chloe in St. Peters, you're coming along to the MAFS dinner party.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, good, Chloe. You're sitting on the toilet at the moment. Chloe, where are you?
Oh, I'm having my breakfast at the moment. I'm just getting ready to start my Friday.
Chloe, who's going to come to the dinner party with you? It's a +1.
Of course, my cousin, he loves the show. Shout out to David and Kylie. They absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely bring my cousin along.
Shout out to David and Kylie. You know what's exciting too, Fitz, if you heard about this, just how strict the producers are. And they've got there's a level of responsibility with the producers. So what the contestants have been doing, if they want to get out of there at these dinner parties, is pretending to be drunk.
That's a good idea.
Asking for more wine and pretending to be drunk so they get sent home.
But then don't they just end up with the footage of them being drunk? No one knows they're pretending to be drunk.
They can't show the footage, Kate. This is the thing, because then they look negligent that they've just let them go on there and get absolutely sloshed.
So you know why our dinner party's different, guys? There's no producers to send them home. Am I right, Tommy?
Well said.
Thank you, buddy.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Anne Juliet is now playing at the Sydney Lyric Theatre. Everyone that has seen this has walked away.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just in rapture. This is unbelievable performances from some of these crew, and we have two of the best here right now. If you want to go get your tickets, go to annejuliet.com.au. But the magnificent Rob Mills and Lorinda May, Mary Paul.
Hello.
Thank you, guys. Hey, you must be rapt with how things are going.
It's the best.
It is.
It's the best show in the world. It is the best show in the world.
So it feels good, does it?
Oh, mate, did you go to Taylor Swift concert?
Yeah.
It's that feeling every day.
Come on.
Wow.
It actually is.
It is. It's the same euphoria.
So you're Taylor Swift.
Basically.
People are even bringing us friendship bracelets at the end of the show that say Juliet.
Really?
Yeah.
Lorinda, can I ask you, because the man behind these songs is a man called Max Martin, and I am looking at his catalogue here.
Fascinating.
Insane.
So let's talk about Taylor Swift. He helped write Blank Space, Bad Blood.
Yeah, the whole 1989 album.
Shake It Off, some of the biggest hits ever. This guy is behind it. We don't even know what this guy looks like, Lorinda.
Swedish Jesus.
Have you met him?
Genuinely. Yeah, he came. He was with us about a year ago for the Melbourne opening week, and he kind of gave us a few notes here and there. It was so kind of surreal, being like, oh, this guy works in the studio with the biggest names in music and pop around the world, he's here.
He wrote Hit Me Baby One More Time, Stronger. Wow. He wrote everything for the Backstreet Boys.
Have we got a bit of Kelly Clarkson as well?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yes,
Top of Act 2.
Since You've Been Gone, it's like one of my favourite Kelly Clarkson songs ever, and it just sits in the show so perfectly. That's one of the great things about it, is they've put the songs in such a way that the lyrics feel like they were written for our show. Like, you almost forget they were ever done before.
And did old mate Max, did he give you any tips on how he does it? Because we've spoken to Ryan Tedder before, and he's kind of spoken about different formulas that you can write songs with. Did Max share anything like that?
Well, I went out for drinks with Max a few times, and one of the things he said is, like, I try and just get the best out of the performer. I try and just get them to be their most truthful version of themselves. He's very good at creating a very comfortable space for people just to be. One of the things he did say was, after I have like a number one hit, I'm not out popping champagne corks and partying like all these new producers. I just get back in the studio the next day and I just get back to work. Like that's his thing. Even when he was in Melbourne, putting the show on, like helping produce the sound in the theatre, he was still writing songs with Ed Sheeran. Ed was in town, so he's like, "Oh, can I just bring my friend Ed over. We're like, yeah, sure. So Ed came and said g'day. Troye Sivan popped in just to say g'day because they were working on some new music.
Well, like 2-3 days ago, he just released Ariana Grande's new album.
Yeah.
He wrote that whole thing with
That
her.
is wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's
lovely.
I need to ask the question. I have a 9-year-old daughter, and I haven't been able to get to the show yet, but I do want to go.
You got time.
Can I take her? She's 9. No, I know I'm allowed to take her into
you're
the
her mother.
theatre.
Yeah, you can.
But she's kind of on that cusp. I mean, she loves to see live theatre, and of course, we went to the Taylor concert, so no doubt she'll love the show. But is it age appropriate?
Yes.
Like
I would say 8 to 80.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Everybody can see this
that's
show.
what I wanted to know.
I think any younger than 8, probably not. But like 8 to 80, I would say for this one. It is definitely one for everyone.
And everybody, even the whole audience, gets up and dances by the end of the
That's
show.
me all
So I
over.
think it's so much fun for kids to get to experience,
great.
especially young girls. I feel like this story just is so inspirational. To
So
kids.
Lorinda, you're Juliet.
Yes.
Okay, you are rapping, guys. You're up against Whipper and myself. What are we rapping to again? We're actually rapping to a song that's in. Oh, yes, the Ariana Grande song.
This is in the show.
Yeah, I sing this in the show.
Mashed up with.
Can't feel my face by the weekend.
Which Max also wrote.
Well, I don't want to
Everything.
confuse you. Please don't start singing the lyrics to this rap tonight when
Imagine.
you take
Okay, here we
Let's
go,
do
guys.
it. Don't go anywhere. Wrap up of the week. We'll do it next.
And Kate Ritchie. I love it when you rap battle on Friday. Don't know how much that Weber weighs. Escalator on at the buffet.
All right, Fitz,
but-
are you
okay,
going to
so-
kick it off?
Yeah, I'll kick it off.
You kick it off and then I'll bring it home.
All right, come on.
All
I
right,
need
you've
support.
got this, Big Rig.
I need
Here
support
we
from
go.
everyone in the room.
Yeah, you
Let me
do.
hear you. Let me hear say
No, no.
Let's go, Fitz.
Oh no, what do we have here? It's Juliet and the old Shakespeare. Thank you for coming, but let's make it clear that you'll be worse off than Van Gogh's ear. How dare you, Lorinda? Look at you go. Having a break from old Romeo. She's cunning, adventurous, bold and sneaky. She's basically on an Elizabethan Kentucky. Millsy steps up to play our man William. Chops at his plays like a smooth Brazilian. Disaster calls and you should be forewarned. It's like following a team like Hawthorn. We do love you guys. You're entertainers. You brighten our day like a new set of trainers. Just listen to the fans and all the believers. Nah, stuff it. I'm sick of rapping against overachievers.
I think that's a compliment.
Millsy is like a smooth cut Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's true. I haven't grown hair yet. I'm 42 nearly, and I cannot grow hair. It's weird.
my God.
Yeah, it's really
It's
weird.
on your face. You got a bit on your face.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Nah, let's just move on from Whip and let's go to Millsy.
That's what I kind of feel like too.
Come on, Whip.
Are we
mate,
really
you're
doing
in.
this?
Come on, Whip.
Okay, I got this,
6,
guys.
7, 8.
Yo, listen up, I got a story to tell about a girl named Juliet, and you know her well. Lorinda May Merryport, the star of the show, stepping out as Shakespeare, yeah, ready to go. Played in other musicals, yeah, you got the skills, the Sapphires, Carole King giving us the chills. American Idiot, you rocked that scene, but now it's Juliet's turn to live the dream.
Just take a breath, mate. Are you alright?
Now, Rob from Idle, where you first shone bright, to Neighbours and Winners and Losers taking flight. Dancing with the Stars, you own that floor. Host of Young Talent Time, or is that a bit sore? But beyond the stage, his life has been a wild ride. I didn't mention anything about Paris Hilton on the side.
Now, you're about
You said I didn't
He's
mention.
going to blow a puffer valve.
Now we go to George.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah,
Or just a valve?
I think
just
so.
a valve.
I think so.
Do you know, you actually started quite
Oh,
well
we
on
all
that,
start
and
very
then you
well.
Just, you
Yeah, the
started
wheels fell
blowing
off.
up.
Sorry, guys. Who goes first out of you two?
We're going to go together.
Bang! I love that.
Oh, you got, because you...
Okay,
This
here
is
we go. Here's the show. Here's the show. And Juliet.
Here we go.
Fitzy's telling Kate all the same old stories. Hey, Peter Pan, like, why are you so boring? Poor Whipper's belt feels like it's gonna explode.
That's why Fitzy calls you the country road toad.
That's not fair. I'm not a toad.
Whipper is the Napland giving you some stress. You're so thick you'd study for a blood test.
What?
Meanwhile, his kids have to help him with spelling. The word is tosser whipper. Must I keep telling?
Look, it's double S, isn't it?
Every day you're splitting your Ralph Lauren trousers. You want your cash like ice cream in the hundreds and thousands. Whipper wears stacked because he's not very tall, so his rap name should be Piggy Smalls.
It still sort of 6 foot, 6'1".
In heels.
Yeah, in heels.
And Fitzy, aren't you due for your nap? Every day you look like a skull in a baseball cap.
Oh!
So farewell to the Lord of the Fries.
Hey, didn't you play the lead role in The Hills Have Pies?
Oh! That's good. That's really good.
That is really good.
That is a bad.
Right, do you know?
Oh, wow.
And I'm safe. I'm still safe
Still
over
safe.
here.
Kate Ritchie, 4 great
That's
artists
so tough.
in one room.
It's really tough.
you.
But I mean, it has to be Lorinda and Milton.
Well done. And apologies on the Paris Hilton liners.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hi, I'm Tracy Price, your Lord Mayor candidate. As your Lord Mayor, I will focus on ways to reduce the cost of living, provide more affordable housing, and improve our public transport system. I will be standing up for the suburbs. We can make a difference. Send the LNP council a message and let's get it right for Brisbane.
Tracy Price is right for Brisbane.
Vote 1 Tracy Price for Lord Mayor. Authorised by Kate Flanders, Level 1, 16 Peel Street, South Brisbane.
I think he said Whiteman Park is a hoot. Come to EnviroFest 2024. Learn about Whiteman Park's birds and discover ways to improve your sustainability with hands-on workshops and demonstrations. Plus, there'll be market stalls, food trucks and heaps of kids' activities. EnviroFest 2024 at Whiteman Park on March 23 from 10 till 3. You'd be wise to go to whitemanpark.com.au.
Fitzy and I smashed it.
Well, Fitzy did.
Absolutely smashed it.
I was thinking, and I'm so sorry, and I don't want to be down on you on the big day you're taking to the track, but if Fitzy was rapping on his own, he may have just beat Lorinda and Millsy this morning.
Well, he wasn't. So there we go. We move on. It is Fitzy and Whipper, Kate Ritchie for your Friday morning.
We just had Gorillaz on Dare. I want to talk about that song because I didn't know this, but Sean Ryder, he's the lead singer of a band called Happy Mondays, right? This is in 2002. He's just gone on Adam Hills' show over in London, The Last Leg. You know The Last Leg?
Yep.
And he was telling... So he's in that song, right? And he was telling the story in 2002. Damon Albarn asked him from the Gorillaz, can you come in and I want you to write a song for me? And at the time, Sean Ryder wasn't doing very well. He's going to tell this story now.
Okay.
When you hear that he went into receivership for 7 years, that means he had drug problems and the only way he could get money was for food and drink and to survive. So he was in a pretty bad place. Yeah. And he had no idea what he was doing, and he wrote this huge song for the Gorillaz. And have a listen to the story. Have a listen to this.
We're going back to 2002. Damon phones me up and says, you come down to London, do some work on this album, do some writing. 2002, I'm I'm in receivership for about the 7th year. I'm not really sort of well up on writing. I've got writer's block. Right. You know what I mean? So I go up there and put the tune on, I put the cans on and I go, turn it up. And I say, turn it up. It's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. And then I go, it's there. As in text talk, there. You know, there. Yeah. Right? And then Damon went, right, do that again, man. And that's the song. And that was it. Coming up. It's there.
That is how he wrote the song.
Are they the only lyrics?
He was just saying, turn it up, it's going up, it's going up, it's there. And that's the song.
Oh, my God.
And and you have a listen to him, it's their only number one song. This is how he reacted.
That is the Gorillaz' only number one.
He didn't even write it, Kate. He said, just turn it up, it's there.
Just turned up on the day.
Are you saying we need to get more of the off-air, on-air fits, the conversations we have during the songs?
We could have a number one hit in the making.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I've got some interesting information for you right now. Whippers listen, I think. Listen/watch.
Okay, listen, watch, yeah.
How fun's arguing, hey? Mm-hmm. And having arguments at home.
What are you talking about?
No, what I'm saying is I'm being a little bit sarcastic around the... some people love a good fight, don't they? They cannot get enough of it. In fact, they will try...
Niggle and niggle and niggle.
Oh, they will do everything they can to get a fight.
I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know about your parents, but my mum and dad, my gosh, the arguments that they would have would go on for hours.
And that's what I mean. And with no end in sight. Quite often, it's lack of sleep, irritability, worry about the weekend, worrying about money, all of that kind of thing.
Financial stress is a big one.
Exactly. How do you even know in the end what you're fighting about?
No.
There is no end in sight.
You lose track of it. Yep.
Here's a technique for you. I mean, it's come from...
Yell louder?
Yeah, exactly. Leave for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Go drinking.
Hook up with an ex.
Go drinking for 3 days and disappear. Fall off the radar.
Benders are quite beneficial sometimes.
Oh, they're so fun,
idea.
aren't
It's a good
they?
idea.
When you're the one at home calling, trying to find
Again.
whether they've
And again.
died.
And again.
Anyway, so this is a bit of fun, and it's not going to fix the big problems. Let's be honest. But if there's just, we're just fighting now, and we really feel like we don't like each other. Austin and Annie are their names, not Annie the dog from my house.
No.
They are a couple. They're in North Carolina, and they've got this fantastic technique. So when they're kind of arguing and they just can't get to the end of it and they don't know how it's going to be resolved, they've got it. It feels like sorcery, doesn't it? But what they do is they have party hats. And when they know they've reached that point in the argument, but one is not going to apologise to the other, and it's like, can we just eat dinner in peace now? Or do we need to keep being cranky and slamming things in the kitchen? They pop their little hats on.
They put their party hats on.
It's a great idea.
Oh, I think it's a great idea because
yeah.
it breaks the
It
rhythm
does.
of the argument. In some ways, they can look at each other and think, okay, I admit, without saying it, I'm wearing a party hat. I know I'm being ridiculous. You might not admit it, but you know you're being ridiculous. Let's just get on with it now.
If Kate Ritchie's in an argument, Fitz, do you think she would ever put the party hat on?
This is the thing.
This is not
for 1 second.
This is not
Forget
what
about it. If someone else put the party hat on, you'd burn it.
No, I don't have to put the party hat on.
Well, here she
I would
goes.
go to the kitchen, I would get the party hat out of the fourth drawer, which is where we keep our party hats, and I'd hand them out to everybody else in the house.
Would you? And not put one on yourself to say that I'm okay with everything?
I'd have a big hat. I'd have a
You'd
bigger,
have the biggest
bigger
party
hat
hat.
with a feather.
Would you? Off to the races?
Yeah.
And-
I'd go to the garage and I'd pull out my hats from all the, that I've worn to Flemington that I don't wear anymore. And seriously, the mice are eating them. You know you're getting old when the mice are eating your hats.
And you would put on your hat and you would look at that other person as they put their hat on and you would think to yourself, I'm going to take you for everything else except that party hat.
Yeah, Kate would put a fascinator on and then would have a go at her partner for not commenting on how good it looks on it.
I was trying to help. I was trying to save your marriage,
Look at her.
Fitz.
Go and put your party hat on. Now she's cracked it. Go and put your party hat on now and see if it works.
Well, that didn't go the way it was planned.
Or do you want to borrow Tommy's fedora this morning, which looks magnificent?
Thank you. Is it
hard to get headphones on, mate?
Better than my leather cap.
Well, that's different again. Put that one on, Kate, and see if the argument settles.
You're just so rude. Do you know what? For two people who've never lived with me, you seem to know a lot about me.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Big congratulations. I love talking about love. I love. You know that. Do you know what I love? My mum and dad went to a wedding in India a while ago. It's like a week-long celebration. Like an Indian wedding is what I would have loved to have had because when it starts... It goes, and it goes, and it goes.
It's like a festival of the people involved, isn't it?
Especially if you're settling in for 3 days and you are marrying into India's richest family.
That stresses me out. 3 days of festivities. Imagine getting yourself ready for 3 days, Kate.
It's just like Coachella, mate.
It's so
you know
true.
what? You're right, but
What
see,
are
I
you
wear the
saying?
same. I wear the same outfit on the first day as I do on the third day.
I'm worried about a lunch that rolls into dinner today, as I should be. Anyway, the wife, her name is Annette Ambrini, and
You can try harder than that.
Annette Ambrini.
Is this the one where Rihanna performed?
Well, this is the big one, yeah, because they has this included in the 1,500 guest fits. You're spot on. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Ivanka Trump. She was there as well.
Oh,
And
representing the Trumps.
representing
Great
the Trumps.
representation.
I think
yeah.
Barron was busy.
Do you know what? Did someone put... They put up a photo the other day. Barron's 6'8".
Yeah, he's a beast.
Is he the child?
Yeah, Barron's.
And where's he from? Is he Romanian? Is the mother? Is she Romanian, Tommy? Someone's saying get a ball in his hand. That guy could be a beast on the basketball court.
Really? Let's do some Barron research, please.
Well,
Tom.
yeah, Barron is Donald and Melania's son.
Yes.
Oh, Melania.
And Melania's from...
I thought she was...
Melania, she is, of course,
from
absolutely.
Canberra.
She's from Canberra.
How quick's the Wi-Fi working, Tommy?
She's from Slovenia,
Yeah, my
guys.
favourite, Slovenia.
Yeah.
He would be an amazing rebounder under the ring.
Get him under the ring. So, what I love about this is Annette Marimbi, she got up to make...
The bride.
The bride. Let's go with the bride.
The bride, mate.
The bride, she got up to say a couple of words.
Okay.
Now, we all know the pressure of a wedding speech, especially if you're marrying into this family and you've got 1,500 guests of high-profile individuals. And the thing is, she didn't exactly write it herself. So she's...
Melania Trump
plagiarised
it.
No, she's got a favourite movie called Shall We Dance, featuring Susan Sarandon and Richard Gere.
Beautiful movie.
That recent one?
Yeah, the 2004 Hollywood film Shall We Dance, which I watch all the time when Gladiator's not on. But there's a wedding speech in that.
Yeah.
And she has decided just to copy the speech from the movie. Have a listen to this.
In a marriage, you're promising to care about everything.
But when you find somebody to promise you to care about everything.
The good things, the bad things, the terrible things, the mundane things. All of it, all the time, every day.
The good, the bad, the beautiful, the bold, the sad, the mundane.
You're saying your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it.
You say, I will see you every day. Your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it.
Wow.
Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will be your witness.
Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will witness it.
Yeah, but no, I don't mind that. I say lyrics from songs to BJ all the time and pass them off as my own.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like what?
What are you going
So
with?
Romeo and Juliet from Dire Straits.
Yeah.
I say to BJ all the time, I can't do everything, but I'd do anything for you.
Isn't that Meatloaf?
Isn't that Bryan Adams?
No, it's not. It's Mark Knopfler and Dire Straits.
I love that song. I don't even remember that line. in
And
it.
I would do.
I can't do everything, but I'd do anything for you.
Oh,
and you can rip that off.
We're on. Yeah! All right. It's time for
60-second starts.
Kate Ritchie's I'm Still Standing.
Now.
Amy's up today from Richmond. $200 on the line, Amy. You were just talking off air to our producers thinking that Whipper might be in a bit of trouble against Helena's world record today.
Yeah, I think so. Judging from what I've heard in his training this week, look, I don't know that he's got it.
Yeah, but you know what, Amy? I was just Kate's standing in the studio eating avocado on toast, and I'm sprinting and warming up and stretching, and you just said to me, Kate Ritchie, man, you look fast.
Over 3 metres.
Yeah, but that's a start, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really speedy from one side of the studio to the other to get his coffee.
3 metres, 99 of those to go.
Not long to go. Amy, good luck today.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay, Amy, you're going first. Whoever has the power at the end of 60 seconds is the winner. You're already in the running for first class and 50k, Amy. Good luck with that, but your 60 second starts now. Who sings the lyrics, "We watched the sunset over the castle on the hill"?
Ed Sheeran.
Yes. What Sydney train station falls between Wynyard and Central?
Oh, I don't know. No clue.
Town Hall. Over to Kate. Kate, Where the Bloody Hell Are You was the tourist campaign featuring who?
Oh, her name escapes me. Oh, my God.
Too long, Lara Bingo.
No, Lara.
Amy, over to you. Amy, what type of cheese would you have in a Greek salad?
Feta.
Correct. I'm a Celebrity is filmed in what country?
Australia?
No, South Africa. Kate, over to you. Do pineapples grow on trees, Kate?
Yes.
No, they grow in the ground. Amy, other than mascot, name
into a tree.
Shush. Other than mascot, name a Sydney suburb that is home to an airport.
I don't know.
Bankstown, Badgerys Creek. Kate, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Kate, you don't deserve that. You did not deserve
That was
that, Kate
a
Ritchie.
very poor round.
That was horrible.
Big shout out to Laura Bingle this morning.
Oh, I don't know what happened to me. I had some kind of brain explosion.
You could see her face, couldn't you?
I love it when Kate, when there's only 60 seconds on the clock and Kate goes, I didn't know.
You just said, I know Lisa.
Yeah, I know, and that was a joke, and no one gave me any credit for it.
No, I didn't think it was a joke.
So thanks so much for noticing. But yes, that was a really weak effort. And pineapples do grow up out of it, out of a thing like that. They do.
They grow on the ground.
Incorrect, mate.
Not on
You
the
questioning
in the ground.
Ollie, who puts these questions together?
Look at Ollie. Have a look at him. He's furious
They
at you
don't
for
grow under
questioning.
the ground like a carrot.
Mate, no, on the
Killer
ground,
whales
mate.
and pineapples. That's
a little tree. I'd call that a shrub.
Tree. When is a shrub a tree?
That's a tree.
That's not a tree, mate. That's a
Lots of
tree.
trees.
How are you?
Great
Hey, we said this yesterday, but massive announcement when it comes to I'm Still Standing. On Monday, you will find out. You will want to get involved.
On your mark. Set.
Hi, I'm Helena and I'm the 6-year-old world record holder.
Tell everyone, what time did you get for the 300 metres?
57.57.
Oh, you've smashed it. You have smashed it, Helena.
We are the champions.
I'm here to shatter the dreams of a 6-year-old. I mean, I made the big call that I would be able to beat that record over 300 metres. Now, I went for a run 2 days ago and I've woken up still quite sore. My body is not used to going through this.
What's your prediction, Matt Shervington?
Mate, I don't think you're going to do it. She's actually fast. We ran over about 20 metres in the studio and she took off.
I'm 44.
And I thought to myself, she is legitimately fast.
Hamish Donald Blake, welcome to the show.
I do find it funny that he thinks a 300-metre race is an endurance event.
Consider it a challenge.
Oh, lovely Hamish there, stating the obvious. Let's be honest, 300 metres is not endurance. It is going to be
it's fast.
Somewhat of a sprint. You were the first thing I thought of when I woke up this morning, Whip. I did wonder how you were feeling.
You have a bad stomach or something, did you?
It is. Yeah, I was on the toilet all night. How are you feeling? Because the time is getting closer when we are going to head down to ES Marks and you're going to take to the track.
Thank you for asking, but I've always felt that my greatest asset was not my physical ability, but my mental ability. Bruce Jenner. One of the great athletes.
Oh, gotcha. He was decathlon. He did all events.
Okay, anything else?
Well, it's interesting you ask. I don't want to be the next Michael Jordan. I want to be the next Kobe Bryant. Oh, that doesn't really work.
No, next Michael Whitfley.
Yeah, Michael Whitfley.
Yeah,
do you know what's interesting? I was so committed to this, and I'm so keen to break this record today. And then I rang my coach, Hamish Donald Blake, and I said, mate, are we having an ice bath? How do we get in the mood the night before the race? He said, I'm so sorry, it's an invite-only function at our house, and your wife's coming along, you're not invited. So, look, the prep and the relationship between the coach hasn't been the strongest.
Who has an invite-only event at their home and calls it that?
Hamish and Zoe, welcome. Mr. Blake, my coach. Thanks for entertaining my wife, but I'll tell you what, you got one guy carb loading at home and he's a bit nervous.
I'll tell you this. It was, do you know how much effort I went to? It was my wife's skincare company. It was GoTo's 10th birthday event function last night.
Okay, now I get it.
Hamish wore
and
shoes.
Do you know how much of a long play it's been for me to encourage, though, 10 years ago to start that company so that 10 years later, the night before your big race, I would be able to get your wife out for a lovely night with some other ladies so you could focus on the race. The efforts I go to of a coach are so unappreciated. I just tell you what, mate, you don't win this race, we might be over.
Hamish, can I just ask you quickly, I know it's off topic, but at an event last night, do you get an official invite or do you have to don a bow tie and serve the sandwiches?
Really great question, Kate. It was about 50 people. It was for Go To Ted's birthday. So it was actually, there was 3 blokes there. I was one of the lucky guys.
Well done, mate.
Sorry, Whip. It was just friends of the brand. Lisa is one. You haven't done heaps for Go To.
Yep.
So Zoe thought it'd be cute for me to wear a white shirt and a peach bow tie because that's the colour of Go To.
Yes, beautiful.
And just before I came out of the bedroom to go downstairs, I went, "Is this what the waiters are wearing?" And she went, "Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought of that."
So you were helping.
Hamish, at the Olympics, there's always a cute moment from a country with a small population, like a Sierra Leone or something like that, where you get like an Eddie the Eel will jump in the pool and he will finish last and everyone will...
If you're trying to bring up the Whip of the Walrus rumours that are going on...
Okay.
I vehemently discourage the hashtag Whip of the Walrus. I mean, we like the publicity, but we think you can go a lot quicker.
I can go a lot quicker, and I know I can go a lot quicker. What's interesting when I look at myself...
Have you actually seen him run yet, Hamish? You're the coach. You haven't even seen him run yet.
I can't even... all I can think of is a walrus. All right, mate. Sliding up the track.
Mr. Hamish Blake, today is the day...
I'll be at the finish line holding out a Kit Kat chunky like a big salmon that they used to spray the field.
A big bucket of fish, Hamish. We cannot wait to see you.
As it turns out...
A big bucket of prosciutto or some fried calamari.
And an Aperol spritz. I mean, if we're putting it in order...
Don't worry, Whip. I've got this plan. I'm heading down to the outer track before you get there. At the 50-metre mark, the 125, and then with 50 metres to go at the 250, we will have an Aperol Spritz station as a drink station that you can run through like a marathon. I think that'll be enough.
He's not a sprinter, he's a spritzer.
Okay,
Hamish, that's what he is.
How good is the support? What a hopeless coach and hopeless team. Yeah! It's back. Yeah! You're right, mate. You're waking yourself up,
yeah, I'm just slapping myself in the face trying to wake myself up to this.
You're going to pinch yourself. Oh, wow, I'm here and I get to play riddle time.
Pinch yourself in the moon, in the moment.
Yeah.
That's an Eminem song, isn't it? Lose yourself.
Yeah, lose yourself. I've got... No, we're not doing song. It is riddle time, and I got 3 cracking riddles. A very, very easy one to start with. What has teeth but cannot eat?
Comb.
Thank you.
Chainsaw?
Oh, yeah, that could also be correct.
Chainsaw?
It eats through the wood, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah. Here we go.
It doesn't eat, does it?
Well, it doesn't consume, does it? What about this one, guys? They can be made, laid down, bent and broken, although it's difficult to touch them. What are they?
Bed.
Bed?
No.
Plans.
Nope.
Promises?
No, but Kate Ritchie and Thomas Bryan, you're playing in the right area. You're in the right area.
Can you repeat it, please?
Yeah.
They can be made, laid down, bent and broken, although it's difficult.
Rules.
Rules it is, Kate
I just got you, Tommy.
Get off.
She's not on you. Okay. A man is alone in his house washing the dishes.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, yes. That's a riddle in itself.
That's the funniest joke I've ever heard.
Where can I find one of them?
Sexist.
Sexiest thing in the whole world,
I
if
said
you
sexist.
ask. I know, but sexiest thing in the whole world, a man doing the washing up.
With an apron on and nothing else.
No, not even that.
Oh, sorry.
Just in his shorts.
Yeah.
Or footy shorts?
Or if it was
footy
Tom.
shorts
Not
or
always.
board
We're
shorts?
just running shorts.
If it was Tom, it'd just be a t-shirt.
King G?
Yeah, just your slides.
Tom in a pair of King G shorts.
No, just...
And a fishnet singlet. Yes, please.
Are we streaming live?
Hopefully. Just someone... Because hopefully you're going to get the sack after 9. So,
I'll remove my fishnet singlet now. We'll let you finish the riddle.
That's not a scrubbing brush, Tom.
Thank you.
A man is alone in the house washing the dishes. When he looks down, there are more glasses in the sink than there were beforehand. How?
Because he likes to drink while he does the washing up.
Name.
Did he take off his glasses, as in his spectacles, and put them into the sink? Well,
I'm going to give it to you, Tom. They dropped off his face.
Getting riddled with it.
The glasses and the reason there are more in the sink than before.
Getting riddled with it.
Don't look at me like that, Kate Ritchie, because you're angry Tom was thinking
I've got
well.
two things to say. Firstly, that's unfair because Tommy has glasses. And I also want to go back to the fact that the man's doing the washing up alone in his house. Well, he wouldn't do it when he was alone because he wouldn't be able to be given a medal for it.
That's better than the answer.
Oh, they never do it when they're on their own because no one can give them a round of applause for doing the washing
We
up.
understood the concept with the medal.
You need to start a podcast with that. That'd be a good podcast.
See what you're trying to say. What a negative message that is. Mandy and Mascot, save us, please. Mandy, hello.
Good. Hello. Good. How are you?
Good.
Terrible.
It's the morning, Mandy.
Yes, it is, Mandy.
And it's Friday.
Okay. In your clearest English, please, Mandy.
Right. I am not your eyes, but without me, you cannot see. What am I?
Light.
Hello? Oh. It's light!
Oh,
Whipper, can I just wish you good luck against Alana, that race?
Yeah. That race. Alana is very quick. She's only 6 years old, but I think I'm going to be okay.
Helena, mate.
You reckon?
Yeah, Helena's her name. I'm going to be okay, Mandy, but I really appreciate your thoughts and your love.
Good on you, mate. Good luck today, Mark.
Yeah. No, it's Mike. It's Mike. Thanks, Sandy. Have a good one.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.
Hi, I'm Tracy Price, your Lord Mayor candidate. As your Lord Mayor, I will focus on ways to reduce the cost of living, provide more affordable housing, and improve our public transport system. I will be standing up for the suburbs. We can make a difference. Send the LNP council a message and let's get it right for Brisbane.
Tracy Price is right for Brisbane.
Vote 1 Tracy Price for Lord Mayor. Authorised by Kate Flanders, Level 1, 16 Peel Street, South Brisbane.
I think he said Whiteman Park is a hoot. Come to EnviroFest 2024. Learn about Whiteman Park's birds and discover ways to improve your sustainability with hands-on workshops and demonstrations. Plus, there'll be market stalls, food trucks and heaps of kids' activities. EnviroFest 2024 at Whiteman Park on March 23 from 10 till 3. You'd be wise to go to whitemanpark.com.au.